Vikings, let's win the game.
Attention, fan. The pieces are moving fast on the Vikings chessboard, and you, the fan, need to know every single one of them. First, a drama is unfolding about a quarterback who will be cut after controversial decisions by the coaches. Next, a breathtaking trade promises to transform the defensive unit, bringing in a new name to be signed through Kwesi Adofo-Mensah's connections. Don't miss the inspiring story of an undrafted rookie who defies all expectations and is set to make the Minnesota Vikings 53-man roster. Lastly, dive into the fiery debate about the real reason Kevin O'Connell was left off the NFL's top 10 coaches list. Is it personal, or is it something aimed at the Vikings? Let's dive into the news. Welcome. Show your Viking support by reaching 100 thumbs up on today's video. And just when we thought things were settling down, a revolution is brewing behind the scenes. Picture this. The Minnesota Vikings are on the verge of making decisions that could turn the game upside down, especially when it comes to the quarterback lineup for the new season. Minnesota has settled on its first quarterback, with J.J. McCarthy now in his second year as a pro, ready to enter training camp as the undisputed starter. It's the rest of the Vikings quarterback roster that's likely to keep head coach Kevin O'Connell busy this summer. Pay attention, because what's happening is a real plot full of suspense and strategy. In the middle of the scene, we have Max Brosmer, the former standout from the University of Minnesota Gophers, who's fighting not just for a spot on the roster, but for the chance to keep dreaming big in professional football. According to Judd Zulgad from the Purple Daily podcast, Brosmer will likely spend the season on the Vikings practice squad unless he pulls off a surprise in training camp. On the other hand, Sam Howell, a fifth-round pick and now with his third team before his rookie contract even expires, seems to have a clear path to be the QB2, despite not showing the ability to challenge starter J.J. McCarthy in training. Howell is basically competing against himself, with the possibility of being replaced still looming. And while Howell tries to solidify his spot, Brett Rypien, another experienced player, seems to be one step ahead of Brosmer for the QB3 spot. Despite Brosmer's youth and energy, Rypien, who's been with the Denver Broncos and Los Angeles Rams and served as the Vikings' emergency quarterback last year, brings experience that could prove decisive. This scenario sets the stage for a dramatic battle in training camp, where every pass, every decision, and every move will be crucial. The question is, who will emerge from this competition not just with a roster spot, but with the confidence needed to lead the team forward in high-pressure situations? Rypien's ability to handle crisis situations could be a valuable asset, while Brosmer's youth and athletic potential represent a hope for renewal and surprise. And I know everyone's wondering, what does this mean for the team? The Vikings' best shot at keeping all four quarterbacks would be to keep Rypien, who's unlikely to be picked up by another team, on the practice squad, and keep Brosmer on the initial 53-man roster. But Brosmer will need to overtake Rypien on the depth chart first, and based on Zulgad's current take on the situation, the rookie has a lot to prove. Heads up, because what's coming next might catch a lot of fans by surprise. A move that could completely transform the Vikings' defense. Greg Newsome II, straight from the Cleveland Browns. Yes, my friends, you heard that right. General Manager Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, always looking ahead, might be bringing in a top-tier talent to bolster the team at the position that's screaming for reinforcements, the cornerback spot. During this offseason, while many focused on the offensive and defensive trenches, the need for new strategies in the secondary became clear. With the departure of veterans like Shaquille Griffin and Cameron Bynum, a gap has opened that needs to be filled, and it looks like Newsome is the perfect candidate to step into that role. Cody Benjamin from CBS Sports reinforced this idea by pointing to Adofo-Mensah's history with Newsome from their time in Cleveland, where Newsome was a first-round draft pick in 2021. At just 25 years old and already showing great potential, Newsome could not only fill an immediate need, but also offer a long-term solution for our team. But why would the Browns be willing to part with such a valuable asset? Well, despite his undeniable talent and a strong start to his career, Newsome faced challenges last year, playing in only 3 games as a starter due to injuries. With his contract nearing its end and the Browns' tight salary cap reality, they might be looking to reallocate resources, making this trade a real possibility for the Vikings. And Newsome's importance to the defense can't be understated. Able to play both outside and in the slot, in press man and zone-heavy defenses, he'd bring crucial versatility to face the talented receivers in the NFC North, like Amon-Ra St. Brown and DJ Moore. His skills in mirroring receivers and disrupting passing windows would add a new, essential strategic dimension to our divisional matchups. Just imagine the difference a player of Newsome's caliber could make, wearing the purple and gold, strengthening the team not just for the NFC North title, but for a deep playoff run. But hold on, because the next update is the latest revelation from the Minnesota Vikings. From strategy straight to surprise, let's talk about a player who's stealing the show and coming in hot as the new sensation for the Vikings this season. Silas Bolden, a 160-pound prodigy straight from the University of Texas, is proving to be more than just an underdog. He's a bet that could pay off big. In the noisy training camp fields, while all eyes are usually on established stars or new signings, Bolden has quietly been carving out his space and impressing everyone. The Vikings have a strong history of giving chances to undrafted players and making them shine, and it looks like Bolden will be the next to carry that tradition. Described by Judd Zulgad from the Purple Daily podcast as a gadget player on offense, Bolden not only promises to speed up our game with his blazing speed, but also brings exceptional talents in punt and kickoff returns, filling a gap that was clearly wide open. Let's put into context how vital this contribution could be. Last season, we lost Brandon Powell, our main punt returner. Without him, significant holes appeared in the special teams. Bolden, with his remarkable ball handling and return ability shown during his college sessions, is ready to take on that critical responsibility. But it doesn't stop there. Bolden isn't just a returner. He brings a diverse skill set as a receiver. During his final year at Oregon State before transferring to Texas, Bolden racked up 746 yards on 54 receptions and scored 5 touchdowns. That versatility makes him a multifaceted weapon in the Vikings playbook, possibly easing the workload on other key players and adding unpredictability to our offensive scheme. While many focus on the big names, Bolden is quietly making his name echo through camp with performances that leave little doubt. He has what it takes to not only make the roster, but to significantly impact the game. As we get closer to the start of the season, keep an eye on this young talent. He could be the unexpected trump card that tips games and brings surprise victories. And now, if you thought that was all, the next piece of news speaks straight to the heart of every Vikings fan and raises a critical question about leadership and respect in the brutal world of the NFL. Amid debates and ranking lists, something that's got Vikings fans fired up is the surprising omission of Kevin O'Connell from the NFL's top coaches list, published by Pro Football Focus. How is this possible, you must be wondering, especially after a 3-year run where O'Connell not only defied expectations but also reshaped the team? Since taking over the Minnesota Vikings in 2022, O'Connell has shown remarkable leadership, compiling an impressive record of 34 wins and 17 losses, a winning percentage that ranks him among the best in NFL history for a coach in his early years. Even so, he seems invisible to some critics and analysts. The big hurdle for O'Connell has been playoff success. Despite leading the team to the playoffs in 2 of his 3 seasons, O'Connell and the Vikings haven't won a postseason game under his command. This, of course, brings doubts and speculation. His critics point out that without playoff success, a coach's true value can't be fully validated. This leads us to a deeper reflection. What really defines a successful coach? Is it just playoff results? O'Connell has shown exceptional skills in managing talent and leading men, facing adversity, and keeping the team's competitive spirit high. On the other hand, compared to coaches who've achieved quick playoff success, like Nick Sirianni, who recently led the Philadelphia Eagles to a Super Bowl, the pressure on O'Connell only grows. But is that fair? Are we not looking at a talent who just needs a bit more time to align the right pieces and win not only regular season games, but also the coveted playoff trophies? The future looks promising, especially with the emerging talent of J.J. McCarthy under O'Connell's wing. Maybe we're just one step away from seeing that recognition come to light. And when it does, we might finally place O'Connell on the pedestal many fans believe he deserves. With all that said, We see that every move, every choice, and every game not only shapes the Vikings' destiny, but also the legacy of a coach who could very well be one of the greats. And you, what do you think? Does Kevin O'Connell deserve a spot among the NFL's top coaches? Which news caught your attention the most? And what other moves does the team still need to make? Your passion, energy, and loyalty are the heartbeat of Vikings Nation. So, let's keep that energy going. Share this video, drop a comment, and hit that subscribe button for all the latest Vikings updates. Stay tuned. SKOL Vikings, let's go!